Today we're going to be taking a look at the best custom fit vehicle wiring for your 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Over here on your left, you're going to have the Hopkins. Here in the center, you're going to have the Curt. And here on your right, you're going to have a Tekonsha. Let's go over some of the differences between these three. We'll start with the Curt here. You can see the Curt is a simple plug-in. It's going to plug directly into your taillight wiring. You're going to run your 4-pole down to the back of your vehicle. It's going to provide you with a ground wire. These two, however, you're going to plug them into your tail lights, and you're going to have a power wire that has to run up to your battery. Now, how is that different than this? One, with the Curt, where you're simply just plugging into the plugs on the back of your tail lights. If you have a trailer that has a few extra lights, this one is going to tend to maybe draw extra power from your lights and maybe dim them a little bit, where your Hopkins and your Tekonsha, running them to the battery, the only thing it's doing is getting the signal from the lights. The power, you're actually getting the power from the battery itself. Another big difference I want to point out is the converter boxes and how the wires are attached. If you look at this, the Hopkins here and the Curt, you have your converter box and the wires come in on both ends. What they do is they mount to a circuit board. Same thing with your Hopkins here, comes in on both ends, mounts to the circuit board. If you look at your Tekonsha, it goes in one end and mounts to a circuit board. However, this Tekonsha, it's got a potting material in it. It's a real hard, kind of a rubber plastic material that fills the whole inside of this box. Some of the complaints that we've heard is on the boxes like this, if this box happens to come loose and bangs around, the wires tend to come loose inside there. With the potting material filling this whole inside of the box, it tends to hold those wires on that circuit board a lot better. Now let's go over how many amps per circuit you're going to get for each one of these wiring kits. For your Tekonsha, you're going to get 2.1 amps for your stop and turn. For your Curt, you're going to get 3 amps per circuit for your stop and turn. For your Hopkins, you're going to get 3 amps per circuit for your stop and turn signal. For your Tekonsha, you're going to get 5.6 amps for your tail lights. Your Curt, you're going to get 5 amps per circuit for your tail lights. And for your Hopkins, you're going to get 6 amps per circuit for your tail lights. Another difference here is, you notice the 4-pole wiring on our Curt and our Tekonsha here. It's just the wires going to the 4-pole. On our Hopkins, there's a tape that's coating the wiring. Maybe you get a little bit of extra protection. That's going to be a matter of personal preference. If you decide to choose one of these over that, you can also add tape to those to cover them up if you desire. So that may be a little bit. There's one less thing you have to do with the Hopkins here, because it already has the protective tape on it. Another thing I want to point out is the way our wires are connected. So if you notice here on the Curt, in your Hopkins is going to be the same way. If you notice, it goes one single wire into 2 wires. Where this connection is made, it's like a heat shrink. They splice the wires together and just put a heat shrink tube or connection over the top of it. Where on your Tekonsha here, where it goes from 2 to 4 wires, you'll notice this little box. Your connection is inside there. So if it was me, I'd tend to feel a lot better with something like this, where those connections are made over something like this. I think this, with the Tekonsha, is going to hold up a little bit longer. This may tend to break down over time. So as far as my personal opinion, I think that part of it, that gives the Tekonsha more of a plus on that. Now, as far as similarities go, these are all going to give you a 4-pole connection. It's going to give you your ground, your running lights, your tail lights, and both turn signals. So it's going to give you all the proper lighting functions you're going to need for a small trailer. Another thing that each one of these is going to give you is these boxes right here. These are converter boxes, and what they're going to do is they're going to protect your vehicle from any backfeed from your trailer if your trailer has a short on it, and vice versa. It's going to protect your trailer wiring from your vehicle if your vehicle wiring has a short. Each one is going to come with its own dust cover to help protect your connection points from moisture, dirt, and debris. In summary, as far as ease of installation, I'm going to have to go with the Curt. As far as durability, I'm going to have to go with the Tekonsha. In my personal opinion, if I was going to put one of these on my vehicle, I would have to go with Tekonsha simply because of the durability of it. That'll do it for a look at the best custom fit vehicle wiring for your Hyundai Elantra.